Let's talk a little bit about romantic failure and the apocalypse and how this relates to enlightenment. So, romantic failure is a strong reason to embark on the spiritual journey because it has been repeatedly fed into our minds since a very early age that the ultimate thing that life has to offer is the romantic love relationship. But reality is far more complex than that because it is not the temporary pleasure of relationships or romantic relationships that we are actually seeking. We are seeking infinity and perfection, which becomes abundantly clear once you fail in a few relationships. So, the process of growth is basically a process of successively enlarging your boundary, successively enlarging your self concept or self notion, the idea of who you think you are. And that is what drives the journey that we go through first to second, second to third, so on, 10th standard, 12th standard, IIT, IIM, jobs, promotions, etc. So, in combination with the chemical and biological factors that completely hijack your intelligence at the age of around 13 to 14 years old, it appears as though the romantic love relationship is salvation. But if once we get into a few relationships, we realize that that is far from the truth. Because if you believe yourself to be a separate, limited entity, separate from the cosmos, then you will be attempting to end that separation or end the sense of lack that is an inevitable consequence of the belief in separation through the romantic relationship. And therefore, you will try to use the other to aggrandize your ego. And if two egos are involved in this, in a so-called romantic love relationship, then the only consequence of that is a breakup, or in more extreme cases, physical violence. So, true salvation is realizing that you are the infinite, the perfect, the eternal, and the indestructible here and now, and that you desire nothing and you fear nothing because you are the absolute truth. And that puts an end to the search for salvation in the romantic love relationship. But that is just the beginning.